everyone, so I'm back in with another video. This time around I have some more current and last gen video game pickups to share with you guys. I only have one brand new game here and a couple of last gen games and some other stuff as well. Including some yard sale finds, which were a big surprise, but I'll get into that in just a minute. So, starting out, the first game that I want to show you guys is one that I got from EB Games quite recently. I just happened to go into one right after work. I have two jobs, but one job is at a mall, and I went to the EB Games just across the street from the mall. And I was looking around at their Wii games. They had a bunch of just generic stuff, but then they also had games like Kirby's Return to Dreamland, Poke Park something, Pikachu's Adventure for the Wii, just a couple of random first-party games. But then I saw this game here, because I mean all those ones I already have. You can see my massive Wii collection right there. But I saw this game here. It's like a multiplayer party game that's just like a collection of a whole bunch of sports-themed mini games, including racing and some other stuff as well. It's published by Sega. It's called Wacky World of Sports, an original multiplayer party game, and I got that for $7.16 plus tax. Kind of a weird price point there, but that's the price for the game if you have the Edge Platinum card. And it seemed kind of strange, and the characters are quite over the top. You can see them right there. So I thought, why not? Kind of a weird Sega game, and I haven't really seen this anywhere before. Like, just from seeing the cover here, like, there is a woman riding a lawnmower right there. You have a guy that's like a lumberjack in the back. You have this guy here catching a fish, it looks like. And then you also have, for some reason, a guy on a parachute ironing something on an iron board right there. Just kind of a weird looking game, so I thought, sure, I'll go for it. Moving on, after that, I suppose I'll show you guys what I got at the yard sale. What was happening was that just down the street from where I live, for about 8 blocks, it's all just residential neighborhoods. So that entire area was supposed to be doing a street sale the other day, but then they ended up having to move it to Sunday instead of Saturday just because it was raining really bad. So some people had put stuff out on Saturday and had already started selling stuff. But then, of course, it got rained out. So Sunday I wasn't expecting to find much, but I did get a decent set of stuff. I got some DVDs, some toys, and some Pokemon cards even from a couple of the other sales, but these are all the video games that I got. So let's just get to it. First up is this Xbox 360 controller. You might wonder, well, why would I even bother getting an Xbox 360 controller? But this one's kind of different. It's the Halo Reach 360 controller. I haven't tested it yet to see if it works or not. I should have probably checked before this, considering that I just need 2 AA batteries. But I haven't checked yet, but it was just $2, so it wasn't that big of a deal. At least the housing on the controller there is pretty good, except for the bottom of it there, which is kind of hard to see, but you can see it's kind of faded on the edge. Otherwise, at least from the front, it looks just fine. So $2 isn't that much of a risk on that there. Next, I went to another yard sale where a guy had an Xbox 360 with some Xbox and Xbox 360 games. Nothing really special, pretty much the standard mix of sports games. He did have one demo disc, though, that was kind of interesting, that you might see on my bed over there. I might as well just show it to you guys now. It's nothing really special. It's the Exhibition Test Run, the Hottest Xbox Games demo disc number 4, and it has 9 game demos for Project Gotham Racing 2, Prince of Persia, Sands of Time, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six 3, ESPN NBA Basketball, Magic the Gathering Battlegrounds, Metal Arms, Glitch in the System, Voodoo Vince, and Grabbed by the Ghoulies. So a bunch of pretty awesome original Xbox games just all on there. But I got this demo disc and this is the Wii Play bundle with the Wii remote as well. I got these two for $5. Now, this doesn't have the Wii remote inside. The guy had the Wii sort of set up as a bundle deal, but he was willing to get rid of some of the games separately. This was the only one that seemed kind of interesting. Again, it doesn't have the controller inside, as you can see there, but it did have the game, and the game was in very good condition, and I don't have a copy of Wii Play yet, so I thought, why not grab it? It was a very clean copy in very good condition, and the box was in good condition as well, so I grabbed it anyways. I can always find just a standard white Wii remote to put in there eventually, but for the time being, $5 for those two, pretty decent deal. Now, the last game that I found at this yard sale, it was at another person's house a little further down the street. They had some DS games out, and I looked at them, and most of them were your sort of Brain Age sort of game. And they had a bunch of those Brain Age and Big Brain Academy games still sealed, but I really had no use for those at all. I already have them in my collection, and I have no reason to buy any more of them. But I saw this game here, and I was really hoping that the game would be in there. It turned out to be in there, so perfect for me. They wanted just $2 per game, so I grabbed just this one. It's New Super Mario Bros. On the DS for $2, and it was 100% complete. It even had the other precautions manual and the sort of Nintendo Power advertisement in there as well. So $2 for that was a very good deal, and I'm just going to go ahead and use it as trade credit to get something else. Moving on to just a couple days ago, I went to Game Center. Game Center in their downtown location, at their downtown location, and I was looking around, and I bought some Pokemon cards while I was there, but those are going to be in another video. But I was looking around, and I noticed that they had a couple more Vita games than they had in the past, and this one here is a little bit older in terms of Vita games. I think it's from 2011 or 2012. I think most likely 2012. But it's a game that I don't really see all that often. It's a stealth game that reminds me of a couple of other games. It's nothing too special, but again, I don't really see Vita games all that often out in the wild anymore, or even in retail stores. They're just not a common occurrence, and usually the games that do pop up in stores are your generic shovelware games, or games that are still full price at $50 or more in Canada. This one here was priced at $20 used. It's Shinobido 2 Revenge of Zen, and it's just like a stealth game. That's pretty much what I can describe it as. You're like a ninja, and it's stealth action and stuff like that. Did not come with any kind of manual or pamphlet or card or anything else in there. Don't know if it did come with anything, but at least the case itself is in good condition, and I paid $19.99 for that there. So not a great deal, but not a terrible deal either. But when you come across Vita games, especially ones that you haven't heard of or haven't played, and you're collecting for the system, $20 isn't that bad of a price. Now, the very last game that I want to show you guys is a game that I actually received as a gift on a recent trip to Greece. My mom asked me what she wanted me to, for her to bring back for me. Sorry, I worded that kind of strangely, but she asked me what I wanted her to bring back for me, and I asked her if she could take a look and see if she can find some PS4 games for me that are that have only been released in Europe, and well, some of these have been released in Japan as well. But the games that I asked for had never received a physical release in North America, or more specifically Canada. And I had been looking for the previous game in this series on the PS3, and prices were not too good, but I saw that one chain store in Greece did have this game in stock. I asked her if she could go get it for me, and she said, yeah, sure. It is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Eyes of Heaven on the PS4, and it did come with a DLC code for the Day 1 bonus DLC, but that does not work in North America. Now, the game itself plays just fine, but the DLC for it won't sort of translate to the North American PlayStation Store, so that kind of sucks, but at least the game is perfectly playable. And from what I've noticed, this game pretty much just plays like the Shonen Jump game. I forget what the exact name of it is, but the Shonen Jump game that is on PS4 and PS3 as well pretty much plays exactly the same as that, but you get just JoJo's Bizarre Adventure characters. And I have been trying to get these games for the longest time, but they're proving to be very difficult to get. It just seems like most of the times JoJo's Bizarre Adventure games just don't get North American releases, at least physically. So I was very happy for her to get me that as a gift, and that is the last game that I wanted to show you guys. As always, leave comments in the comment section below. Anything you'd like to say, comments, questions, suggestions, ideas, anything at all, and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Check out my Facebook, Twitter, and website. They're all linked in the description below. And also linked in the description below is a link to my 500 subscribers contest. Check that out as well if you'd like. And that's it. See ya.